every single time. Every single time I sit down to film and people just start talking, people start playing music. This is a targeted offense to me. So I got these flowers yesterday, but they're commonly known as Peruvian lilies. And as you guys know, I am half Peruvian, half Mexican. My mom's from Peru. And when the florist told me, I was like, perfect, I'll take them. Aren't they so pretty? Oh my god, they're like gorgeous. So they'll be here just cause. Okay, hello friends. Oh my god. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It's me, it's Natalie. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about all of the, yes, it's mid-March, I understand. But we are going to be talking about all of the readathons I am going to be participating in this month. I don't have a lot of books, but I feel like because I'm on spring break and I'm on the second half of my spring break, but I feel like I will be able to get some put a dent into this. I'm going to be only participating in 2 readathons, not because I don't want to for the other ones, just because for my own sanity, I don't have time to read other books, and these were the 2 readathons that really stood out to me. So the reason why I haven't actually been participating in any of my friends' book clubs that they have going on. I don't have time to read it and actually go through the live show. So it's not because if you guys have never heard me really talk about any other book club or any other readathon besides one I think last year, just because I really have no time. It's not because I don't care about them, because I do, and I literally go and try to support them in any way that I can, but I literally just don't have time. Just know that I really love seeing readathons, and I really love the fact that people put so much thought into it, and I actually want to do a readathon. I was thinking about one at 5 in the morning of maybe doing a WandaVision readathon. I may or may not have already planned it out. Okay, let's get into the video. So the first readathon, oh, I have some K-pop stuff in here. Okay, no, that's not it. I went too far. I have a lot of stuff. If I ever lose this planner, I would cry. This is literally my life. It has everything for school. It has all my schedules. It has all my dates. It has everything for booktube stuff. If I ever lose this, I would cry. I would literally just break down. This is it. I know I shouldn't put this much emphasis, this much importance on a planner, but this is where I am. This is where I am in life. Let's start with the War Games readathon. So this was the first one that I saw that I was like, oh no, I'm gonna participate in this one. I was like, yeah, no, this is the one. This is the one. This is the one. So this one is created by our very own Erin from Book to Busy. I really love her channel. I think she is one of my favorite booktubers. So she mainly reads fantasy and sci-fi and epic fantasies. She really loves what is it, the Age of Dragons, the big epic fantasies. So she started with the War Games, which is inspired by Red Rising. I haven't read it, but she loves it, and so I really want to read it. And it's the group book for this readathon. So we have 3 paths. We have the dark path, the gray path, and the light path, and each one has their own prompts. I chose the dark path, which is what she is sponsoring. The gray path is sponsored by Nicole from Nicole and Her Books, and the light path is sponsored by Alana from The Awkward Book Nerd. So I chose the dark path, and I specifically chose the assassin. So for these prompts, I'm also going to be going a little bit quickly because we have Book of the Month unboxing. So for the first one, we have read a book that will make you cry, and that one I chose The Midnight Library. This one kind of took the book community by storm. Ow, ow, ow. I slept on my neck wrong, and so I really can't turn it this way. That hurt. So I actually saw this from Meg with Books, her channel. She picked this up. I think someone sent it to her and she read it and she loved it. And then afterwards I saw everybody saying that it's made them cry. So I was like, perfect, say less. I'm always looking for angst. I just want angst in my books. I just love to cry. What can I say? I'm a Pisces Venus. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what this is about. So basically this is a novel where in this world, when you die, you can go into this midnight library, and basically you can go into different universes, right? Different parallel universes where I think when you made a decision in your actual life, you can go back and make another decision. and you can see how your life plays out. So that's why it's like little, they're like little like kind of like doorways. And so our main character is dead, and she goes into this midnight library, and I don't know if she died by suicide. I think she might have. I'm not sure. I will find out and let you know about the trigger warnings in the bio. Yeah, so she basically goes into this midnight library and she sees how her life would play out differently if she had made different decisions. My posture is so bad. Oh my god. That was ow. So I've heard this one really makes people cry. I just love the feeling when something's like very like, I don't want to say melodramatic, but it's like very like what could have been. I remember that, that's why I told you guys that that's why like I love the ending of La La Land, and that's what makes me cry in Interstellar, just because it's like what could have been, like if me and Sebastian chose each other, if he came back and saw his daughter grow up and not saw, oh this is spoilers. Wow, spoilers. And you know, I just, that feeling of like what could have been and like time lost, and like if things had played out differently, like the person, the main character could have been so much happier, that always makes me cry. I don't know why. I don't even know what that's called. What is that? Nostalgia? No, I don't know what that's called, but that always makes me cry. And so when I saw the premise for this, I was like, this is perfect, because just the fact that she would go back and see like how her life would play out differently if she had chosen differently, like that makes me cry, because it's like, that's insane. Like, that's crazy. I don't know, that I just love that. So I'm really excited to start this book. I actually want to start it during spring break, just because I do want to read this all in one sitting, but my parents will not be here next week, so I will basically have a quiet house, because everyone else in my household does not make that many as much noise as my mom and my dad make, as in like they are very chismosos. So they're just always speaking. So I am really excited to read this, and I love the cover, but I don't know, we'll see if I like it. I've heard really great things about this. Okay, and the second book is read a book with a creepy setting or mystery, and for this one I am going to be reading The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. I read The Sundown Motel by her. Amazing, show-stopping. I gave 4 stars, loved it. So this one we have our main character. She, I think, is going to visit this, again in dual timelines, she is going to visit this old like boarding school for girls, and that's where her sister died, and she wants to go and actually see like what happened with her sister, kind of like Sundown Motel with a niece and an aunt. And then we have, I think, the sister's point of view back in time in the 50s. So I am really excited to read this, just because I love the way that Simone St. James plays with like the timeline, like the time situation, because there are things that are revealed in the past that later come back to haunt the present, and vice versa. Also, I really like the way that she writes her atmospheres. Like, she literally like gets me in my head, where I truly feel like I'm there and I am terrified. Like for the Sundown Motel, I truly felt like I was there at the Sundown Motel. I was 3 a.m. working the night shift. I was scared. I slept with my light on. So I'm really excited to read this. Oh, and yeah, this one doesn't have like, I don't think they have names. I think there's just like read a book like that. So I'm really excited. And then for the third one, I'm going to read an underhyped book. And for that one, I'm going to read How Moon Fuentes Fell in Love with the Universe. And this one is just overall underhyped in my opinion, even though I haven't read it. But like Raquel Vasquez-Gilliand, my favorite author, her and Mikey Seawater, they write the same way, but like in different ways. Like that beautiful, you know, like lyrical way where you're just like, you fall in love with the writing because it's like so beautiful, kind of like the way like Hosier and like Lord and kind of like Taylor Swift write, like it's just so beautiful. That's how they write. And so in my opinion, Cia Martinez is also underrated. I feel like everyone should go read Cia Martinez, because that is a beautiful, amazing book. But this one, I feel like I haven't really seen people in their anticipated releases of 2021. I haven't really seen like anyone talk about it, and I feel like that should change, because I'm telling you guys, the way that Raquel Vasquez-Gilliand writes, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's show-stopping. Like, you guys will love it, I promise. And I have read bad books. Trust me, I have read bad books. I just was like making fun of a book with my friend Sin the other day because it was really bad for its own reasons. Like, trust me, if I tell you guys what book it is and like examples, you guys would be like, valid in your mind, exactly, as you should. So it's like, I know bad books. This is not a bad book. Like, her writing is not like a bad, like, it's just so good. I can't even like talk. I'm just like so overwhelmed with the love that I feel for her books and her writing, and the way that she writes Latinos, like the way that she writes Latinx stories. Amazing. show stopping. So I am really excited. Oh yeah, what's this book about? So we have you. Okay, so her twin sister Moonflentis has reached stardom, and she is basically like the forgotten ugly child. But when she takes a job as the merch girl on a tour bus full of beautiful influencers, her fate begins to shift. She is met with Santiago Phillips, who is the hottest guy, grumpy, combative, and her bunkmate, and of course her new nemesis. Perfect. Hate to love. Love that. So basically they hate each other, and close proximity makes them fall in love with each other. Love that. I am so excited to read this. Okay, and then the next one is Read a Book with an Assassin, and I'm going to be reading We Hunt the Flame by Kafsa Faisal. This one is, we have our two main characters, Zafira and Nasir. Zafira is the hunter, and she disguises herself as a man when she braves the cursed forest of the Ars to feed her people. And Nasir is the Prince of Death, assassinating those foolish enough to defy his autocratic father, the Sultan. That's much as I want to read. I don't want to read that much. I literally just read that and I was like, perfect, that fits it, because the second book just came out, and like all of my mutuals on my Bookstagram love it, are obsessed with it. So I'm like, I don't want to get spoiled. I actually want to start this, so I'm really excited to read that. And then read a novella or short story, and for this one I'm going to be substituting the group book. So Erin said that if you cannot find a you should obviously just read the group book, but if you cannot find something that fits your prompt, you can substitute it with the group book. So I'm going to be substituting Red Rising with this, just because I don't really have a short story or novella. I was thinking of doing How the King of Elfham learned to hate stories, but I kind of want to do a whole reread for that, so not yet. And then that's it, right? There's another one. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, so again, hers is not really that long because she didn't want it to be how many books you read. She wanted it to be quality, not quantity. So she was like, as long as you guys read 5-star books, you're winners. So I am really excited to start that one. So I'm gonna start that one second, just because I did a poll on my Bookstagram, and I put like 2 piles of readathons, and I was like, which one should I start? And everyone chose the second readathon. So it's the Pixie Hollow readathon, and this one I saw from the Rumi's Digest from Christine and Monique. Their channel is so funny. The content that they put out is amazing. Show-stopping. I feel like I say that all the time, but like literally truly so good. I binge watched when I found them. I binge watched all of their videos. I binge watched them. I was like, wow. I'm gonna put Erin's and the Rumi's Digest bio links in the bio. Please go subscribe, follow them on their socials. So they are doing with other booktubers the Pixie Hollow readathon. Yes, Tinkerbell, everything. So they are I don't know if I don't know if they were joking, but I think they have like their own like pixies. I think I've never actually watched Pixie Hollow. I've watched like Peter Pan and everything, but I never watched Pixie Hollow. So there's like a phrase that's like, all you need is faith and trust, and Pixie does. I think that's what they said. So I will put a little map of it here. We have the 2 maps. We have faith and trust, and you basically go down the path, and at the middle is Tinkerbell, and you can either continue, like just use Tinkerbell as like your own little path, or you can switch it. So you can go like diagonal. So I'm going diagonal this way. So I am going to start with trust, and then I'm going to switch to faith. So for trust, the first one is the ruler of Pixie Hollow, Queen Clarion. And I think that one is Christine's. I think that's Christine's. So this one I'm going to be reading, the prompt is read a book featuring royalty, and I'm going to be rereading The Cruel Prince, because I said I want to read How the King of Elfham learned to hate stories. So I am going to be reading The Cruel Prince, and I'm so excited. I mean, you guys already know how much I love Jude. Obviously, I love Cardon, but Jude is my bestest girl. She is the best female character. I would say, in my opinion, but it's just facts. She is the best female character in literature. Oh, well, I feel like I'm gonna get like hate for that, but like as in like, I don't, because then like people can be like the classics, right? But like in literature, like young adult, like the books that are out right now, contemporary literature, I guess, she is the best female character. I am sorry, but the things she did in the Cruel Prince and that whole series, what can I say? What can I say besides applaud her? There's nothing else. I'm like that Oprah gif. There's nothing else to say, really. And that's it. So I'm really excited to read that again because I have missed Jude and it is my birth month next month, and I am excited. Okay, and then the second one is Periwinkle, Sister. I think she's like, what, Tinkerbell's sister? Twin sister. So for this one, it's a read a book featuring sisters, and I'm going to be reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. So this one, last summer, a lot of people like fell in love with it, I think, when it first came out, and I got a book of the month, and I always wanted to get to it, but I just never found like a space in my TBR for that month to do it. And so when I saw Sister, I was like, perfect, finally I can do it, because people hate it and love it. So I was like, let me see what's happening. So I think we have these two main characters. They are twin sisters, and I think one of them is white passing and the other one isn't. I don't know if we see like them growing up, but in the present time, like when this picks up, we have one main character. She is, you know, she's white passing and she has a white husband, and her white husband doesn't, I don't think, like knows really like her past and I guess like her upbringing, and her sister is still living in the South with her black daughter. So I think it's basically just that. Yeah, so it's just multiple generations from the deep South to California from the 1950s to the 1990s. It's contemporary. I don't really like contemporary. I'm pretty sure you guys know I don't really talk about contemporary in my channel, but I will give this a go just because, like I said, people who I trust said it's really good. So let's see. And then the next one is Silver Mist, Winter Fairy, read a book by an Asian author or Asian rep. So for this one, I'm finally going to be reading The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. I am so excited. I just talked about this in my past video, or like my last video. I am so excited to start this, like so excited. Everyone falls in love with this relationship and with Michael. So I am really excited to read this. This one is the one where the girl is has Asperger's, and she wants, and her family like wants her to be in a relationship, but she obviously doesn't really have experience in a relationship, and she basically ends up getting an escort, which I love that trope. In Fix, when they have the escort trope, chef's kiss. It basically takes like the fake dating to a whole other level. The miscommunication that comes with the escort trope, like you're literally getting paid for this, right, to be like in this relationship. So it's like, was anything ever real? Do you still like me, or do you only like it for my money? You know, like, how can I be in love with you if I paid you to be with me, right? Oh, amazing. And then if they have like other clients, and then like the main character finds out that he's still like, or they're still seeing like the other client, amazing. That miscommunication, because then like the escort's like, okay, well, we were like in a business relationship, so it's like, what do you expect me to do? Like, I can't just give up my clients. And then the main character's like, but I thought you loved me, right? Like, I should just write that. I love the miscommunication. I just love miscommunication. Just give me miscommunication in any form, and I will probably give you 5 stars. Yeah, that's my kryptonite. That's my weakness. So if this has miscommunication, oh my god, please let it have miscommunication. I'm really excited to read this. I'm so excited to read this. In my little post on Bookstagram, I literally was like, I feel like I'm hyping this up too much because I'm so excited to read this. Like in my head, I feel like it's gonna be like perfect. Ow, I did it again. I feel like this is gonna be like perfect. So I'm so excited to read that. Okay, and then I have Tinkerbell, the middle, fairy tales, read a book with magical elements. And for this one, I'm going to read Circe. This one is by Madeline Miller, the same one who wrote The Song of Achilles. So I'm really excited to read this one. Basically just follows Circe, and if you know Greek mythology, you know Circe. She is basically a witch. Well, like in Percy Jackson and in Greek mythology, she is known as like a bad witch, but I think in this one, Madeline Miller paints her as like a misunderstood woman, and I don't know if it's like a wronged woman kind of situation, but I am really excited to read this because everybody who loves The Song of Achilles loves this, right? So I'm really excited. Like, I love the way Madeline Miller writes her Greek mythology retellings. I love her way that she just writes in general. So I'm excited. And everybody who like has read this and given it 5 stars literally like only sings praises for it. Like, they are in love with it. So I'm really excited to read this. I just need Madeline Miller to write more stuff. I need her to write like everything. I just need her to write all Greek mythology retellings. Okay, this is when I switch. So for Faith, it's Vidya, and it's Put to the Test. Read a book with trials or competition. So this one I'm going to do Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angelis. Angeles. This one is the magician one. So a group of magicians face off in a daring game of magical feats to find the next headliner of the conquering circus. Fame and glory await the winner, but no contestant is safe when an unseen danger begins striking behind the scenes. I got this one for Christmas and I am so excited to read this. I love the cover, and again, I've only heard great things about this, but I'm excited. I love it. You know, this kind of gives me like, this is kind of what I assumed Caraval would be, but then I read what Caraval is, and I was like, oh no, that's not it. But I'm really excited to read this one. I just need some good young adults, honestly. I haven't read young adult in a long time. Well, not in a long time, but I haven't really read young adult. I've mostly been reading like adult and like new adult, so I'm excited. Okay, and then Fawn, Not Like Other Girls. Read a book featuring a character with not like other girls energy. I wrote down a Clockwork Angel. Yeah, I was gonna do Tessa Gray, right? Because like her whole characteristic is being like not like other girls because she reads, because she likes books and she can quote from books, right? That's her energy. I am not like other girls of that time period because I read. Ow, I did it again. So, but I was like, no, I wanted to have like a whole dedicated video to the Shadowhunter Chronicles. So I was like, let me do Where the Crawdad Sings. This one is, we have basically just the Marsh Girl, and I think everyone's like scared of her, and when someone is dead, they accuse her, right? So they're literally like, so she's like literally like in the eyes of her, she's not like other girls because she's like crazy. But I've heard really good things about this. Again, I literally heard like really good things about this, as in like people love this book. I mean, it's like, this is like I think one of the first books that I picked up because of like Reese's Book Club. Like I don't really care about Reese's Book Club, like not that much anymore, but when I did, this was like the first book I think I picked up. I just loved it, and I joined the hype. I joined the bandwagon. I saw everybody loving it, and I was like, you know what, let's join it. Okay, I'll admit this might have been the reason why I switched. Iridessa, that is Monique's. Monique's. Yeah, I don't think they were joking. It's Monique's, yeah. This one is Good Day Sunshine and Read a Comfort Book. And of course, my favorite series of all time, not my favorite book of the series, but my favorite series of all time, The Raven Boys, Mr. Impossible. We don't talk about that title or that cover. It's coming out May 18th. So I was like, you know what? Perfect. Let me actually start rereading it. Not like last time where I literally took like months and months to reread so I can finally read Call on the Hawk. We don't talk about that. But I was like, let me finally reread it. It is a comfort book. I am kind of stressed out to school. This one always brings me happiness. And yes, I have the little artistic covers. We have our 3 boys and that. And I'm kind of sad they didn't include Noah, but you live and you learn. Where is Adam? Is that Adam? I think that's Adam. I think that's supposed to be Adam. Where's that Adam? No, that's Adam. That's Gansey and that's Ronan. But then Ronan's bald. Or like he has like a buzz cut, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm really excited to read this one. As you guys know, this is my favorite series. I think I've said that like 10 times already, and just in like the past 5 minutes. I love this series so much. We basically just follow a found family, and they're searching for ley lines. And yes, that is where my name is from. Leyline Reads. I love this so much. They are basically just the found family group, and no, they are just the found family, and they are searching for ley lines because they want to awaken a dead Welsh king. I mean, what else do you need? What else do you need? Maggie Stiefvater's writing is beautiful, gorgeous, show-stopping. The moment. I love it. I love it. Okay, and then finally, the last one is Rosetta, Garden Fairy. Read a book with flowers on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to be picking up Cemetery Boys. There's a little flower right there. So, Cemetery Boys. This one is by Aiden Thomas, is a transgender individual. And this one follows our main character, Yadril. And he is a transgender boy, and he is from a traditional Latinx family who has trouble accepting his gender. And so when he has to perform this ritual to get his powers, they want him to do the ritual for the woman. But he's like, no, I'm a boy. I want to do the ritual for the boys. Like, for what the boys' rituals is, I want to do that. And they're like, no. So it's basically him going out of his way to do the boys' ritual with his best friend, and he accidentally summons a ghost. This young boy, same age, the bad boy who died, Julian. And yeah, I don't know if they try to bring him like back, or if they try to bring him back to the spirit world or to our world, but they go on an adventure and they may or may not fall in love. I mean, this one already is kind of like sad. Like, just imagine falling in love with a ghost. But that's right up my alley. Right up my alley. So yeah, so those are the books that I want to read for the readathons. So, okay, really quickly, let's do my book of the month unboxing. I don't remember what I got. I think, like, what did I get? I don't remember. Really don't. What did I get? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got The Lost Apothecary. This one is a fantasy, and we have two dual points of views from two different timelines. And it's basically just a forgotten history, a secret network of women, a legacy of poison and revenge. Welcome to Lost Apothecary. I think it's just women poisoning like men, like bad men, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. I just saw the premise and I was like, you know what? This sounds good. The cover's pretty and something different, you know? I always get like basically the same things. Okay, but that one I was like, okay. This one I'm super excited about. These are my add-ons. So excited. So we have The Death of Vivek Oji. Everyone says this one is beautiful. So good. So powerful. I started listening to the audiobook and I put it down just because I was like, I want the physical version. I was like, I want the physical version. But the audiobook is really good. So this one basically is just a child dies, I think. Yeah, a mother opens her front door to discover her son's body wrapped in colorful fabric at her feet. What follows is a tumultuous, heart-wrenching story of one family's struggle to understand a child whose spirit is both gentle and mysterious. Yeah, so sad, but I'm so excited to read this. Like I said, everybody says they cried. Everybody said so good. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And then another book that took the book community by storm, Honey Girl, by Morgan Rogers. This one follows, I think she's a Virgo. Our main character, she goes to Vegas to celebrate. She has a PhD in astronomy. She's a straight A, hardworking, high achiever. She is not the kind of girl who goes to Vegas and gets drunk and everything, right? And she goes to Vegas. She gets drunk and she gets married to a woman that she does not know. Because why not, right? One in Vegas. So yeah, so this one beautiful, spontaneous moment upends Grace's carefully laid life plans. I am really excited to read this one just because I'm a Virgo moon, so I get exactly what they talk about, like about high achievers and everything. I understand. You can never turn your brain off. I understand. I understand. So I am really excited to read this one. Everyone says it's really good, but I have heard some people say about the writing, it's a little bit unrealistic, the way the dialogue, the way that they talk to each other. So I don't know. I'll be the judge of that. Oh my god, this is a lot of books. How am I supposed to take my thumbnail? So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will probably do a wrap-up next month of all these books that I read, just because I'm obviously not going to come back and talk to you guys about what I thought about them here. So I will probably come back and do a whole video dedicated to my thoughts, what I liked, what I didn't like, worst books, best books, what I recommend. So yeah, so there will be a part 2 for this. Go try and participate to the readathons. I promise. Go and subscribe to them. I promise they are all amazing. The readathons sound so fun. They sound so like easy to do. And yeah, and like basically all of these books are on my TBR. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try to fit some prompts, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to be here with me. I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe and go read your favorite book for me.